Mhm. Hold on one second, John. Gotta get my life together. Ah, he caught me at a bad time. I knew today was the day, but I wasn't ready for it to be right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me get myself together. I just gotta sit this down for 1 second. Then I'll be right back. I'll tell y'all what's going on. I'll tell y'all what's going on. Hold on. Mhm. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can y'all hear me? Everybody hear me right? My lips was a little dry. Yeah, so that's cool. Okay, so check it. Let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and tack this and address this. Okay, which is it's funny. Well, it's not really funny. But so when they first told me when they were going to release it, I was like, ooh, that's dirty. Like I was being funny, you know what I'm saying? So they first told me, they was like, we're gonna release it right during the World Championships. I was like, okay, okay. Hold on, Rob Smith. Hold on, let me show this on stage. Rob Smith, correction, correction. Fred is smarter than damn near every other track athlete running, and I'm about to explain to all of y'all why he's smarter than almost every track athlete running. So let me go ahead and get into my soliloquy about that, okay? I have been on record over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I have been on record since y'all have been watching Ray's Take telling y'all there's a track illuminati, okay? I've been on record telling y'all that. I've been on record telling y'all that I've been in this sport since 2003. Okay? Been on record. I've been on record telling y'all how the shoe companies pretty much diddy party the athletes. I've been on record talking about how the agents pretty much diddy party the athletes. I've been on record talking about how meat promoters diddy party the athletes. Right now, you're seeing also a former athlete or whatever you want to call Mike throw a complete diddy party, and ain't not a single athlete getting $1 now. And I told y'all before Mike even did, I said, man, the athletes finna get pimped. Cause they always get pimped, okay? This pimping of the athletes been going on since I was running, okay? If you don't believe me, just pay attention to the trends. Pay attention to trends. And the trends, I mean, when athletes are done, whether athletes are done from a watch this. Maribel St. Price. Maribel St. Price, okay? Maribel St. Price came in this sport. She came in this sport super fast, super humble, everything. She lasted what, 2 years and left. Okay, why? Because certain people can see the bullshit before it even hit the fan, and like, I'm not even gonna deal with that shit. I'm not gonna deal with them politics. I'm not gonna know that shit. Okay, watch this right here, people. Watch this. One of the reasons why Mary Beth left was because I could make more money. This is, and I love her to say, love her, and I told her like you should. I can make more money at my corporate job than what Puma's trying to offer me. Puma's trying to give me $50,000 for 3 years. Ray, I made 65,000 just at my corporate job. The hell I want to run for and deal with the politics of relays, deal with the politics of agents, deal with all the bullshit. All right, I'm back. Somebody was trying to call me. Why would I deal with that rate for $50,000, not 50 grand a year? Hear me out again. 50,000 for 3 years was what they offered her. Okay, okay. Let's go with somebody like Lele. Lele got third, the whole shebang. And we all know her cries of, I don't have a contract, I don't have a contract, I don't have a contract. You got Beard out there who literally has just said, I've been working at UPS. I'm working at UPS and I'm trying to get somewhere. Okay? Listen to what I'm explaining to y'all about how these athletes are being pimped. Okay? The agent got 10, 15 athletes. So the agents is getting paid. If one athlete goes down, we'll say like a Fred Kerley, goes down, cool. I'll replace you with the next college kid coming up. Shoe companies, you got suspended, cool. I'll take your money and go give it to this person. Okay? Coaches, damn, you out of here? That's messed up. Okay, well, I'll go get somebody else. All with everything I just explained to y'all, who's losing and who's winning? Over and over and over again. Who's doing the pimping? Over and over and over again. Y'all are going to look at Fred like, oh, he could not have ever. But none of y'all will ever look at an agent and be like, how could you allow this to happen? None of y'all going to look at a coach and be like, oh, man, you let it. Y'all don't ever put the blame on the coaches, the agents, or the shoe companies. The people who are still able to go home, watch this, still able to go home. They're still able to go home. They're still getting paid. They're still able to feed their family. They still able to have a good life. Meanwhile, the athlete now is trying to figure out their life. And people don't understand why you've had athletes commit suicide. You've had athletes try and commit suicide. You've had athletes go in depression mode. Why? Because of what I'm telling y'all. Literally, what am I telling y'all? Okay? The problem with, and now I'm gonna go with the fan base first. The problem with the fan base is y'all don't know this. So they allow y'all to make decisions based off what you're reading, what you're seeing. But you don't know that, but you know that them folks contract went but 50 grand. And when Ray kept trying to tell y'all, you can work at Walmart and be a greeter and make more money. Come on, okay? Come on. Now here's what the fan base also don't understand. Don't nobody give a shit about y'all opinions because those opinions don't feed their kids. Your opinion don't pay their mortgages. Your opinion don't put food on their table. Somebody like Fred is one of the first athletes outside of myself, because what I did was instead of doing enhanced games, I just went to Nigeria. It's the same goddamn thing. We're chasing the money. Why? Because it's fucked up. Okay? Now watch this right here. Okay? Watch this. I'm going to ask this question. And I'm going to ask it because I need everybody to try and answer this shit. What was he supposed to do? Meaning, what is any athlete supposed to do? What is Arian Knighton supposed to do right now? Because guess what? Whether Arian guilty or not, he still got a house he got to pay for. He still got a life he got to live. He still got bills he got to pay, right? So what a lot of fans expect athletes to do is sit around on their ass and go miserable and be broke just to come back to a sport that ain't gonna appreciate them no way. Because watch this, even with Marvin Bracey, okay? Marvin Bracey been sitting down and we all know why. Marvin Bracey ain't made no money. Marvin Bracey had just signed his contract. Granted, Marvin made a different decision, but I'm just giving you an example. He's making no money. And then when he come back, you ain't gonna get no lanes. You ain't gonna get no lanes because of what you did. Fred, y'all saw with Fred now. They weren't giving him no lanes. How you gonna make some money? Contract. Well, we got to worry about the contract. Michael Johnson, when he had the whole situation down there, and Fred's situation down there, Michael Johnson, well, I'm gonna cut the contract, whatever. And then Michael Johnson ain't got the money to pay nobody. Okay? So my question I be asking y'all is, what do y'all expect these people to do? Meaning, Fred Kerley got suspended, okay, from USATF, all right? Why did Fred Kerley get suspended from USATF? Fred Kerley got suspended for whereabouts. But now watch this, though. Here's the fuckery, and I'm going to call it that so y'all will understand what's going on, and y'all need to start going to these shoe company agents, and y'all need to start talking to these people, because they the ones that's causing this shit. Every missed test that every whereabout they couldn't find him at, he passed the drug test. Watch this. The whereabout that he missed because he was in Jamaica. He was in Jamaica at Grand Slam and got tested at Grand Slam, but passed the drug test. But because you missed, it's a failure now. The very last one, because he wasn't there, but when we showed up, he pissed, he was clean. So we're suspending you not because you're dirty, because we've tested you and your piss is clean. We're suspending you because you missed. You wasn't at home when we came and picked up. Think about the pimping that I'm explaining to y'all. You were suspended because you didn't pick up your phone. You're suspended because you wasn't at home. That sounds like an abusive relationship. What that sound like? Well, why am I suspended? Well, because when I came by your house, you wasn't there. That's why you suspended. Well, when I called you, you didn't pick up. That's why you suspended. That sound like a man who trying to take control of a woman. Like, that sounds abusive as hell. I'm being punished all because I forgot to call you? That's why I'm being punished? I'm being punished because I was out with my girls and I forgot to tell you I'm going to be a little late. Not I'm being punished for that? That's pimping. That's pimping. And then I watch this. When the athlete tries and fight it back, like a Fred or somebody, and they lose, they get treated worse. Arian Knighton got 4 years because he tried to fight it. He tried to fight it. And because he lost, now you're getting double. What the does that sound like? Like, come on now, like, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all all the time. What does that sound like? So let me make sure I understand this correctly. Even if I know I'm not guilty, but you think I'm guilty, if I don't take what you're giving me right now, and I can't prove my innocence, you gonna give me a double punishment? That's how they work. Either take what we giving you now, or we're gonna really did it part of you. What other sport do they do that in? Let's be honest. What other sport have you ever heard of an athlete getting suspended for the time that we get suspended, which is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? What other sport have you ever heard of an athlete get suspended for seasons? You would never hear that shit in football. You would never hear that shit in basketball. You would never hear that shit in baseball. Never. You might get suspended some games. You might get suspended without pay. But you ain't finna get suspended for no damn 2-3 seasons. Hell no. That shit, you would never hear that anywhere else. Watch this. You're not even gonna hear that shit at a job. Shit, like, if anything, you suspended for 2 weeks without pay. That's it. But it's the part that I'm preaching this to y'all because y'all got to understand that it's not the athletes. And when people like Fred made these decisions, they got to make these decisions because USADA, WADA, they don't give two shits about the athlete. Why don't you give two shits about the athlete? Because you know the athlete got bills to pay. You know the athlete has kids to take care of. You know the athlete has this stuff they got to do, and you want to know all of that. And you know that this athlete is only making money from a shoe deal. This athlete is only making money because they can go to track meets. You know all of this, but then you can sit in an office and still make a decision to strip an athlete of all of that, knowingly you just put that athlete on the street. But then when athletes talking about mental problems, oh, we gotta help the mental problems, we gotta help the athletes, they be committing suicide and shit like that. But you put a motherfucker out on the street. What do you thought was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? Y'all putting the blame and the pointing fingers at the wrong people. You gotta go look at the pimps that's causing this. The pimps, which are the agents, the shoe companies, the meat promoters, they're causing this. Because guess what? Ain't none of them losing no money. All of them can still pay their car notes. All of them can still feed their family. All of them can do whatever they want to do because they're not being financially challenged. But it's okay for them to do that shit to an athlete. It's okay for them to say, this athlete done for 2 years. This athlete ain't got no goddamn resume. What they supposed to do? How they supposed to live? How they supposed to survive? How they supposed to do anything? And that's the morality of it that a lot of y'all ain't getting. It's morally wrong. Fred running for enhanced gains, and I explained to y'all, that's not morally wrong. Even if Fred decides to take something, that's not morally wrong. What's morally wrong is you know good and goddamn well that when you make this decision to take something from somebody, you didn't take it just from them. You took it from their mama, you took it from their daddy, you took it from their kids, you took it from everybody that was eating off of that person's hard work. Now watch this, and I'm not just talking about Fred. We can go with a whole bunch of whereabout failures. These people have been running track since they was kids. 20-some years, their goal was to put on a USA uniform. 20-some years, their goal was to put on a Jamaican uniform. Since they was a kid, that's what they wanted to do. And they finally get that, and then what you do is, if they mess up just a little bit, I'm stripping you of everything. But then people want to say, oh, this is a bad look on Fred. No, it's a bad look on the fucking sport. It ain't a bad look on Fred. It's a bad look on the sport. When you got an athlete, they got to go make this decision. This decision he got to go make now. Why? Because of the decision that you made as USADA. Because of the decision that you made as WADA. Because of the decision that you made as USATF. I now got to go make a decision. You made the decision to take it away from me. Okay? Watch this right here. Christian Coleman, the 2 years he was suspended. That's suspended without pay. That's 2 years that you don't get no money. That's 2 years that you got to hope you got some shit in the savings account. That's 2 years you got to eat off your girlfriend. That's 2 years. Randolph Ross' son. 2 years. That's 2 years without pay. Every time you hear of an athlete getting suspended for a whereabouts, there's 2 years without pay. Okay? So, again, what do you want? What are the athletes supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Every time, watch this, Raven. She just got suspended again, right? The first time she got suspended, that's without pay. This time, that's without pay. And now here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to call it what it is. And I'm going to use this language. The fucked up part about it is they are letting certain athletes in the sport take drugs to run fast. That's the shit that be pissing me off. Like, the fan base don't know that part. It's like, all they going to show y'all this bullshit, but you don't understand that, man, half of the goddamn records are drug records, and they allow these people to do it. They allow certain coaches to do this shit. They allow certain shoe companies, and then they just sweep that shit under the rug because they getting paid, but they don't want to tell you that shit. That's why I get pissed off. I get pissed off because there are people that they know and they're giving drugs to. They're literally supplying drugs to certain athletes so they can run fast. But then when y'all goddamn watch the TV, it's like, oh man, they so great. No, they're not. They're part of the track illuminati. They've been allowed to do this shit. But then you get people like Fred and Ross and them for some whereabout bullshit, and now you looking at them crazy. Like, they pimping all of y'all. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling y'all this shit. They're pimping Everybody, the entire sport is being pimped. Literally. And when I say literally, and they're doing it right in front of your fucking face, it's like, oh yeah, get her for whereabouts. Oh, don't let her. No, she keep doing her stuff. Yeah. Oh, let him. Yeah, he good. We gonna make money off of that. That's pimping and hustling. Literally, it's pimping and hustling. And that's the only reason why I keep stressing this shit to everybody. Man, don't get mad at these athletes, man. They letting some of these folks goddamn do this shit. Literally. And this shit been going on for years. When I say years, this shit been going on since before I was running. People have been allowed to be protected to run fast. But then this shit happened. Here come all the fans. Oh my God, I can't believe. Oh my God. Oh my. That's because y'all don't know the inside of this shit. Y'all don't know the inside of this shit. So again, I'm going to ask the question again. What is an athlete supposed to do when they get suspended for 2 to 4 years? What are they supposed to do? Wait around and be broke? Be miserable? Be upset? And then soon as goddamn my 2 years is up, let me come back and try and run again? Call a spade a spade. Coleman ain't been the same Coleman since he got suspended for 2 years. It ain't got shit to do with whether he was on some or not. You took 2 years out of my career. Literally. That shit affects everything. That affects everything. Now watch this right here. I'm gonna put this up right here. Well, he just said, find another way to make money. That shit sounds extremely good coming from you. And I'm not being disrespectful, but it's easy for you to say because you probably got this thing called a resume. You probably got this thing that shows, well, I've worked at this place, I've worked at that place. You probably got this thing that says, I've done ABC since I was 16. You probably have a thing called a resume. We ain't got no goddamn resume. The resume gonna say, bro, I've been running since I was a kid. I ain't never really had no job. Who the fuck gonna hire me? Like, who gonna hire me now? Nobody's gonna hire me at 27, 28 when my resume says, I'm not qualified for a job. So if I'm not qualified for a job, what other way am I gonna get paid? Literally. Because what job is gonna, okay, even if you go to Walmart, McDonald's, put down your previous experience. Put down your previous employer. Well, shit. Shit, I ain't got one of them. Exactly. So guess what? Guess what you gonna do now? What? Hold on. What he just said. And we all know my story. That's what I did. Because they leave you no option. When I took my contract, I sold dope. I don't do it no more. But I've already told that story. Of course. They put you in a position to where, shit, I gotta goddamn take care of myself. I still got kids. I still gotta feed my family. I can't get no job. What am I gonna do? Now you end up having, watch this right here. There's track girls that some of y'all may know or may not know that had to go to a pole. Literally result in sliding down a pole half naked. Why? I gotta do something to make some money because ain't nobody gonna hire me. So now I gotta take this track and field body and go bounce it somewhere on somebody to get some money. The fucking sport is pushing the athletes to have to go do shit like this. Literally. But everybody gonna have a well, you know, shit, do this. It ain't that easy. It's literally not. Why? Again, what my resume say? What my resume say? So now the only people that can hire me is what? A high school track coach, some stuff like that. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the only people that can hire me now. And in order for me to get on at one of them goddamn schools, shit, somebody gotta do me a favor, do me a solid, get me in there. Help me get in here at the Soto High School so I can at least get a coaching stipend, and that coaching stipend is $1,200 a month. But my goddamn mortgage is $2,200. Why? Because I bought my house when I was running track. I bought my house when I did get my gold medals. I bought my house and my cars when I was on top. So now my house and my lifestyle cost me $4-5 grand a month. So not only do I gotta find a job, it got to be something to sustain my lifestyle. So guess what usually happens? Them cars, track athletes lose them. Them houses, track athletes lose them. Why? Because a goddamn landlord or a bank, don't none of them folk want to hear shit about your suspension. They don't give a damn about your 2 years. All they know is, well, when you bought this shit, you said just making this amount, so we need that. Oh, you can't get it? Okay, foreclosure. Y'all don't understand the pimping that's going into this shit. Y'all only see track. You see your favorite athletes running. You see that shit. But you don't really want to open your eyes up to the harsh treatment and the harsh reality of how track athletes are being treated just for your enjoyment. Just for you as a damn fan to watch and celebrate anybody on a track, they are being treated like worse than fucking race horses. Race horses don't get treated this bad. All for your entertainment. And that's all you ever care about. Well, I just want to see them run. Well, do you know how they get treated? Do you know that they don't have insurance? Do you know that they don't have, and then watch this right here. You do make a team. You got Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. You got a 90-10. I had the insurance. You got a 90-10. You covered. Your wife covered. Your kids covered. Everybody covered. You make a mistake like whereabouts. Guess what? Insurance cut. How the fuck am I even going to take my child to the hospital now? You cover insurance too. Y'all don't understand the shit deeper than what y'all just think it is. Like, oh, they just done. No. You're done literally. You don't cut my health insurance off. My daughter needed to go. She just got a fever. Now she can't even go to the doctor. And guess what? I don't even have the money to take her because you also cut off my money. You cut off everything. Y'all don't understand. These people are killing athletes when they do this. And all y'all look at it is the athletes are guilty. They must have been guilty. I don't give a fuck if an athlete is guilty. Their punishment is not fair. Give them 6 months. Give them 3 months. Do some shit like that. Kicking folks out for years, when they built up a life, you just literally said, fuck your life. That's what they doing, and y'all don't want to hear that part. USADA, WADA, USATF, all these people are pretty much saying, fuck your life. We don't care nothing about your life. We don't care. Because if we cared, we would fix it. If we cared, we wouldn't treat y'all this way. If we cared, we'd make it more about the athletes. They literally every year show y'all, as even the fan base, and y'all don't want to pay a fucking attention. They're showing y'all they don't give two shits about athletes. They don't. Don't give two shits about them. They're replaceable. They're literally replaceable. And athletes are being treated worse than slaves. At least they kept slaves. A slave had to try and run away. Shit, an athlete, nah, just get rid of him. We'll get another one. Well, how much? He'll making how much? Shit. What that kid at Florida State just ran? Yeah. Fuck him and his life and his kids. We don't care about that. Go give me that kid. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, who's really morally wrong in this situation? In all these situations, who's really morally wrong? But what they're going to try and do is they're going to try and flip it on you. They're going to try and make it seem like somebody like Fred going against the morals. How you going to go and do drugs? How you going to go and do this? How you going to keep fucking letting me be at a dinner party? How about that? How is that going to work? Well, I can't believe you did that, man. You know that's going to ruin your image. Fuck an image. I got to eat tonight. Like, I can't eat my image? What fucking image? I got to eat. I got these kids right now. I give a shit about the image. Watch this. Did you care about, you want me to care about my image? Because people are saying this. You want me to care about my image, but you don't even care about my family. Come on. Y'all know that shit. That's pimping. That's literally pimping. Don't mess up your image. Because why? Watch this. Now, this is the slavery part of it. Because if you mess up your image, now we can't make money off of you. If you mess up your image, me as the agent, I can't make money off of you. If you mess up your image, me as a shoe company, I can't make money off of you. Y'all gotta really listen to what the hell y'all be saying. It's like, come on. The shit ain't never been right. It ain't never been fair. But because all y'all get to see as fans is the races, you don't know that the shit that Ray been telling y'all for years that go on behind the doors is like you still don't want to fucking believe it. And now we got Fred done stepped down this like, now do you want to believe me? People got to make a decision. People got to make a decision. Okay? Now watch this right here. Here's what the enhanced gains is doing. The enhanced gains is doing clickbait on y'all. That's what they doing, which is brilliant. Clickbait meaning the enhanced games. Oh my God, you got they're gonna be drugged up. But guess what the enhanced gains really says? No, that ain't it. We're not telling nobody to take no drugs. We just tell them that we ain't gonna be testing. That's clickbait. that's literally marketing. That's clickbait. There's no requirement to take no drugs. No. Now watch this right here. Fred, I know for a fact because y'all know I'm with Fred damn near everything he do. We told them people we're not taking any drugs. Not doing it. That's when they explained, oh no, we don't care if you do or you don't. We just not gonna be testing you. We just not gonna be. The difference is Grand Slam tested. First of all, Grand Slam had their own testing. That's the first difference. The second difference, Grand Slam ain't paying no money. Okay? So let's get right back to it, okay? So, we just not gonna test you. Like, so if you want to take something, that's on you. We're not saying you have to. We're not prescribing nothing to you. We're basically just saying we ain't gonna test you. We would like to see, watch this. We would like to see fast times. We would like to see amazing stuff. So because we would like to see that, we're dropping the barriers to allow you to do whatever it is you want to do to go get those times. That's what they're saying. They're saying that. Like, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. Like, nigga. Now watch this right here. Watch this. Guess how many times, what was it go with Fred? Guess how many times Fred Kerley got to run in a season? Anybody put up some numbers for me? I just want to see if y'all see where it's at. If you do know the number, don't put it up there. Guess how many times Fred Kerley has to run in a season for them? Guess how many meets he got? Anybody, put a number up. Put a number up. I'm just curious to see what the numbers look like. Okay? Go ahead. You're taking too long. I'll tell you how many you got to do. One track meet. It's one track meet. One championship. One. Not no, I got to run goddamn 5, 6, 7 meets in April. I got to run 5, 6, 7 meets in May. By the time I get to the World Championship, I'm probably going to lose because I'm hurt. One championship. Now watch this right here. Now we're going to get into the why. Oh, it's going to be a whole lot more athletes that finna go over there and why they're going to lose athletes. Fred Kerley. I'm not going to give y'all the numbers. That's not my thing to do. Fred Kerley gets a stipend. He gets paid every month. Every month. Every month he got a check coming. And it ain't no small check. He got a check coming every single month. Okay? Hold on. Let me help y'all out. Let me go over to my stuff, man. Fred Kerley gives a base compensation. Base compensation. And that base compensation is paid monthly. Guess what? In track and field, you don't get paid. Hold on, let me get back to the screen so I get back. Guess what? In track and field, you don't get paid monthly. You get paid quarterly. Okay? Quarterly. Which means now you got to balance out that money for 3 months. Fred Kerley gets paid monthly now. Like a regular person, like a regular athlete should. He get paid every month. All right? Now, outside of that, he gets a quarterly bonus though. So when track athletes are getting their normal pay, let me come back so y'all can see me. Come back to the screen. So when track athletes are getting their normal pay every quarter, he's getting a bonus pay. every quarter. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Not only does he get that, Fred Kerley gets a signing bonus. Okay? A signing. Now he gets a signing bonus. So make sure I understand this straight from a business standpoint. When I sign, I'm going to get some money. Yep. And in 31 days, I'm going to get some money again. Yep. And in 90 days, I'm going to get an extra bonus. Yep. And I ain't even ran yet. Yep. And I only got to run one time. Yep. What we waiting on? Shit, like this is no, and I ain't even done. I ain't even done. It's a no-brainer. Okay, well, what else do I get? Let me go back to my contract notes. Okay. All right. If you do happen to break a record, that's an instant $1 million in writing. I'm looking at it, people, because I got it. That's an instant $1 million if you break a record. Okay, shit. Now I might just want to goddamn. I might just listen. That's the part. Now watch this right here. Let me get back to y'all. That $1 million bonus is the enhanced games version of you might want to go ahead and try. Take something. Why? Because if you do take something and you do break a record, we will give you $1 million. So let me make sure I get this straight. So over here in the sport that I'm in, people are being allowed to take shit illegally, but being covered up, and they get to break records. But you telling me I can go do whatever I want to do to break the record, and you gonna pay me $1 million? Yeah. Okay. Well, right now, if we comparing apples to mother trucking watermelons, them apples is spoiled. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Now, coaching stipend. There's a coaching stipend in the contracts. Okay. Coaching stipend in the contracts that also get paid every month. Okay. Okay. Jordan says, watch this, I love this. Jordan says it sounds too good to be true. Guess what, Jordan? If you've been living in the devil's house, playing in the devil's work land for years, anything that sounds righteous gonna sound too good to be true. It sounds too good to be true because y'all been stuck inside that hell that's track and field, dealing with the demons and the devils over there, to where when you hear a blessing, you can't even see that's a blessing. That shit sounds too good to be true. No, it's true. And I'm telling you it's true because I have the contract. The ink. The ink. You know the same shit that's finna get, the same shit that's about to get Michael Johnson sued because there was ink. Enhanced Gains has signed ink. Okay? Okay? Now, let's get back to it. Coaching stipend. Coaches get a check every month. So let's break this shit down from a business standpoint because that's what we like to do. Now, hold on. I'm glad he put it up because it's gonna be in Vegas. Now watch this. Fred Kerley also, and any other athlete, also gets a residency in Vegas paid for. You get a residency in Vegas paid for. There is facilities for you to train at. There's doctors and therapists for you to see. And you can come as you want. You can come to the facility. You can stay at your residency in Vegas for a couple weeks, couple months. Or you can go back home, come back, train, do whatever you want to do. It's your residency. You have that there in Vegas. Okay, so now let's compare the apples and the oranges, okay? So in track and field, and we're not even going to talk about it from the suspended standpoint, because from the suspended standpoint, it's a definite no-brainer for Fred to do this. We're going to talk about it from an athlete who ain't suspended standpoint, okay? Now watch this right here. Megan Davis. See, here's the thing that y'all got to understand, Megan Davis. Again, y'all are stuck in the track and field world. So you don't know anything outside of that. You don't know that Athos can't go in the red. Why? Because the person who's in charge of it, fuck who's the face of it, I have the money. As Alexis, it can't go in the red. I got the money. Now watch this. Enhanced Games. It can't go in the red. Why? Because the owner's a billionaire. I got the money. That's the difference with Grand Slam. Mike didn't have the money. Mike was broke. The difference is these people at Enhanced Games The people at Athos, they got the money because it's their money. Mike was trying to play with somebody else's money. That's why he started out in the red, because he's trying to play with somebody else's money. These people are playing with their own money. That's completely different. That's completely different. They not in the red. They got money to actually burn on testing this. Period. Say it again. Put it up. Put it up. Billionaires don't like to waste the money. That's why they are billionaires. Thank you very much. They don't waste money. Okay? They don't. Because when they put their money behind some shit, it's because they already know, bro, I'm about to get some more money. I'm not gambling. Broke people gamble. Successful people make smart decisions. Okay? Now, let's get back to it. If I'm a regulation athlete, a regulation track athlete, right? And I ain't got no contract at all. I ain't got no contract. Fuck, why would I even want to go and run track? Why would I want to go run track when forever Ray has been telling me and telling us, you know, this sport over here dirty. They only gonna let certain people do shit. And in order for you to make any money in track and field, you gotta make a team. You gotta get top 3. If you don't get top 3, you ain't getting no money at all. You ain't even get no races. Okay? And in order for you to go over there and get more money, you gotta tear your body apart. How do you tear your body apart in track and field? You must race all the time. They make you race like horses. And by the time you get to somewhere to try and make some money, like Tokyo, a lot of them, like Masai, but I'm not saying Masai should do this. I'm just giving examples. She missed out on the medal. That's money. Now watch this. So let me make sure I understand this correctly. I can run against college kids for free. I can run a whole season to where I got to go struggle to win this Diamond League meet, and that's going to be 10 grand. Or I cannot and make the same amount of money, if not more. You stupid as hell if you don't think it's a better deal. You literally smoking crack if you don't think it's a better deal. The only athletes in the future, if this thing stays where it's supposed to be, that will be in track and field are the ones that just want to do it for the love and don't care about the money. Okay? Don't care about the money. Because there's no way in hell you can lay out two things to me. You can lay out to me the enhanced games. Fuck the name. Take the name off of it. Because y'all got the name messing y'all up. There's no way you can lay out two options for me. Option A, option B. And I look at everything on option B, which is the enhanced game side. And I look at everything on option A, which is the Team USA side. And you say, you know, I'm going to go Team USA. You should. That's what I would tell anybody. You should. Yeah, why? Because you're stupid and you should be over there with them stupid people. There's no way. There's literally no way. It makes no sense. Why does it make no sense? Because of the stress factor. People, I don't think y'all are understanding that. The stress factor that track and field puts on you, being on their side is relieved. Why? Bitch, I ain't got to do nothing. I got a check coming every month. This is what you get to do now. Like, you get to sit back and be comfortable. Like, well, I ain't got to be so uptight. See, so make sure I understand this correctly. You been to pay me X amount of dollars a month. This is my contract. Not quarterly, month. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get that every month. All right. And you only want me to run at the competition one time as a championship? Yep. So pretty much you treat me like a boxer. Yep. How many times have Ray Edwards said they need to change this shit up and start track athletes need to start acting like boxers? I'm only running a championship. I'm not doing all these bullshit track meets. I'll see you at a championship only just like a boxer. I'm gonna preserve my body. I'm gonna make sure that I don't get injured. I'm gonna work even harder so that when I do get to the championship, it's not gonna be no, well, you know, I've been dealing with injuries, so that's why I didn't get to run so fast. Or when I get to a championship, well, you know, it's been a long season, so I ain't been able to. You ain't gonna never hear no boxer say that shit. You gonna see them in the ring like, I'm ready. Why? Nigga, I've been training for 10 months. See, that's all I've been doing, training. I've been getting paid to train. So guess what I'm about to give you now? A show. Now you finna get the Crawford fight. Now you finna get Crawford and Canelo. Like, man, that was a good fight. Why? Because they didn't get beat up 10 times before they got there. They didn't get beat up 10 times before the championship. How many y'all watching the track and field world championships right now? How many athletes have came out and been like, well, I've been dealing with this injury. Well, I dealt with this injury. We just sat there and had a whole discussion about why Noah couldn't win because of a foot injury. Okay? Come on, y'all. It's common sense at that point. So make sure I understand this correctly. You gonna pay me every month. Yeah. You can pay me good too. I like that. That's a lot of money. You gonna pay my coach too every month? Yeah. Every month. Direct deposit? Yeah. Shit, okay. And I got a residency in Las Vegas that I ain't gotta pay for. Yeah. So with the residency, I just can come to Vegas, stay for a week or two, train out there. Yeah. Okay, shit. Well, what about, the other company I was with, I had health insurance with them. And they cut my shit off. Do I have health insurance? You and your whole family. We all got health insurance? Yeah. Shit. Okay. Okay. I got one for you then. So when I was with this other company, I didn't even do no drugs. And they suspended me for 2 years because they thought I was doing drugs. They gave me 2 years because they thought I was. Never did I get caught with anything. But I got 2 years because they thought I did. Y'all, that's not even, they ain't even right in America. You can't send nobody to jail because you thought they had dope. You either found dope on them or you didn't. I don't know not now Pookie, Tookie, Lil Leroy that's in jail because the judge said, well, we thought you had some dope. No, you're in jail because we found dope on you. So back to what I was saying. So let me make sure I understand this correctly. So my last job, they kicked me in for 2 years because they thought I had dope. What if I got dope and I take dope with y'all? Well, we'll give you $1 million. Wait a minute. Hold on. Make sure I understand this shit correctly. I need you to understand what I said, okay? The other company I was with, they thought I was taking dope to run fast. But I passed every test. But they suspended me because they thought I was taking dope because I wasn't what I said I was going to be at. So you telling me if I actually take the dope and I run fast, I can make $1 million? Yeah. Y'all can't be this stupid. I say it all the time. Y'all can't be. If you were listening to what I'm saying, it's a no-brainer. And when Fred called me and was like, I don't know what I should do. I said, I'm going to tell you what you should do. I tell you exactly what I told Fred. I said, Fred, what you should do is think about your family, not track and field. What you should do is think about your kids, not track and field. What you should do is think about your legacy that has your blood. Damn a track legacy. Why? Watch this right here. Sonya legacy, gone. Why? She just broke the record. It was cute, but it's over with now. Fred, you got to think about the things that are most important to you. And if you make a decision based off of, I got to be ready for 2028 LA, yada, 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 you're making a decision for the devil. You're making a life decision for the devil. Nothing that goes on in that track and field sport is good. We know this. You have an opportunity that is being granted to you that's actually a blessing. And this is what I told him. This is a blessing in disguise. Fuck what everybody gonna say about you. Fuck what they gonna think. Because watch this right here. Everybody in track and field can say your image this, you done tainted this, tainted this, tainted this, tainted that. They might look at you funny, but guess who ain't? When you walk in that house and you see your little girl, she ain't gonna look at you funny. When you walk in that house and you see your son, he ain't gonna look at you funny. When you walk in that house and you see your mama, she ain't gonna look at you funny. When you walk in that house and you get next to your girlfriend, might be your fiance wife, she not gonna look at you funny. So if the people that matter ain't gonna look at you funny, fuck the ones that don't matter. And that's literally what I told him. None of them folks matter. None of them people that are going to talk about you making this decision matter. I don't give a damn about your agent. Don't shoot none of them. None of them matter. Because if it mattered, they would have been trying to protect you versus take from you. And that's every athlete in track and field. And I keep stressing that shit over and over again for the athletes to get it. Stop being pimped. Stop being pimped. Watch this. Megan Davis. Megan Davis says, but what are the but nothing, Megan. Megan, I'm gonna put your comment up and I'm gonna tell you. It don't matter. Megan, do you got kids? You got kids? Do you got kids, Megan? Because guess what? If you got kids, don't nothing matter but my kids. Nothing about me matters. And I'm going to the full extent because parents will understand. It's about my children. Every parent that's a parent will say it. I lay down my life with my kids. So if I'm gonna take a drug now and it might make me bald in 10 years, I can't grow no hair. Fuck it. I don't need hair. My kids. Oh, it might mess up my pinky toe. I got 9 toes then. It's about my kids. Well, you could possibly have this and that. Well, how bad could it be? You might die. Well, I got life insurance. My kids will be straight. Y'all be making the wrong decisions. It's selfless decisions because you don't matter no more. You don't matter. The only thing that matters is your children. If you got kids, you understand what I'm saying. If you're a good parent, some folks got kids, they ain't good parents. If you're a good parent, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Man, I don't have time to not because my kids can't understand that. That's it. That's all. Now, again, you don't have to watch this shit right here, y'all. I hate to do this shit to y'all, but almost 100% of y'all goddamn medals are dirty. That's the shit that be pissing me off about y'all fans. That's what be making me like, y'all want to say all this shit to my some, well, what about this, what this? These mother effers are already dirty in your face. Like they're in your face dirty. You're not saying nothing to them. Why you ain't saying nothing to them? You're not saying nothing to them because they being protected and they ain't getting caught. These people are in your face getting medals. Dirty as hell. You just can't accept it for somebody like Fred because they doing it on Front Street now. But now, who do you want to trust? Do you want to trust the mother trucker who doing shit behind your back? Or the mother trucker that's doing it in your face? That's my whole thing. Y'all trusting the people that's doing it behind your back, but then throwing stones at the person who just said, well, look, I'm going to do it in your face. How could you do that? How could you be so naive and not think them folks is taking drugs? How could you be that naive and think them folks can do what they doing? Y'all got to start doing that to yourself. I tell you all the time, like, y'all make yourself sound stupid. You make yourself sound stupid. Like, them folks that you are sitting here clapping about, making predictions about, I'm all on that. I'm all for them. These folks is just as dirty. And the sad part is, Fred ain't dirty. And Fred don't plan on being dirty. He literally told them that. I'm not taking no drugs. I'm not taking no drugs. At all. What Aaron just said. And I'm going to say it again. Fred told them, I'm not taking no drugs. And they literally said, we don't care if you do or you don't. Shit. If you want that $1 million, though, if you feel like you might need to get you a little extra bump to get that $1 million, shit, go do it. But we're not making you do it. If you feel like you can do it without it, then do it without it. Period. Like, literally, period. This shit is, y'all, I've been in this sport, and I try and tell people, the year 2000, when I was in Denton, Texas, when I won the USA Juniors, I was ranked number 1 in the world for the 200, okay, for USA Juniors. I was ranked number 2 in the world for the 100. I was blind and oblivious as a kid. I was so blind and so oblivious to where when I got my first speed suit, I got in the mirror and just smiled and ran in the mirror, just wearing a speed suit. When I got my first USA uniform, USA Juniors, it was August in Opelika, Alabama. I had on the all right, we should be back now. We should be back. Every time somebody try and damn call me, it mess when I be in the car, it mess up everything. Yeah, it mess up everything. But like I was saying, the reason why a lot of y'all don't know, I put up a tweet last week. I was like, Michael Rogers got the most consecutive 100-meter dash appearances with 13. He has the most. 1,300-meter dash appearances at the USA Championship in a row. 13. Guess who's right behind him with 11? Me. Okay? And the only reason why I don't have the most consecutive is because I switched to Nigeria. Now, why am I telling y'all that? Because nobody knows about Ray Edwards and Ray Edwards' career, because when Ray Edwards realized that shit was a business, I didn't give a fuck no more. I went, I ran, I went home. That was it. Literally, that was it. I went to track meets, I did my job, I left. I didn't hang out with track athletes. I didn't want to be in that world. I'm telling y'all, once I find out how this shit really work, man, listen, look here, y'all. I try and tell all the time, it ain't because I be trying to act like I'm something I'm not. I'm just not that type of nigga. That's just, I'm gonna use that word. I'm not that type of nigga to do none of that shit they be doing over there. I don't rock with none of that track and field shit at all, because it's all fake. That's what I keep trying to explain to y'all. It's fake. Track and field is fake. The people in it is fake. How are they fake? Because they lie to you in your face. That ain't real. You got somebody on a podium that's crying real tears, right? But they got there from doing shit behind your back and they ain't being honest. And they're going to be the first person to get up there and be like, I stand against this and that. You was on the shit. You know how many athletes done did that whole you saw to go speak to a school and, I don't believe you should do this, that, do this, and do that. And them same athletes end up getting popped for drugs. That's fake. I don't have nothing to do with that shit. I used to make a joke when I was running. I say, look here, if I ever decide to take a drug, y'all gonna know it. Not because I'm running fast, because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna literally tell you, hey, bro, don't show up this weekend. Why? I'm on my shit. I'm a real nigga. Like, bro, don't show up. I'm telling you right now, I'm on my shit. Listen, your mama might be watching, your dad might be watching, your girlfriend. I don't know who gonna be watching. So don't show up because I'm on my shit. That's type nigga. That's type person I am. Like, just be real. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a sport that's as fake as it is, and it's full of fake people, when you see people doing the right thing, you're gonna think it's the wrong thing. What Malcolm X say about the media? That's why I'm here to try and make the record straight. What did Malcolm X say about the media? The media has the power to do what? The media has the power to turn the good guy into the bad guy and the bad guy into the good guy. Track and field has the same power to turn the good guy into the bad guy and the bad guy into the good guy. Right now, Fred Kerley is the bad guy. But Fred Kerley ain't failed not now drug test. He ain't failed now drug test. But you got a bunch of folks still running right now that's failed drug tests. But they the good guys because they are still in the sport of track and field. They're still showing up at track meets. They're still doing, shows and stuff like that. But these people were dirty. They actually failed drug tests. And y'all still praise them. But then somebody like a Fred, oh, he don't ruin his image. What about the motherfuckers who actually did take the stuff? What about their image? You see what I be saying? Like, I be talking like, what about the people who actually got caught? The people who actually got caught, their image is straight still. So how you gonna say this gonna taint this man's image when the people who actually got caught, their image ain't messed up? It ain't. It's not. None of the people who failed drug tests, sprinters, whomever, image is messed up right now. Michael Johnson's image is tainted because he stole money. But outside of that, don't nobody image get tainted. Yeah, at least who took drugs forever. His image is ruined because he decided to go take the money. Reggie, tell him again. Tell him again. It's all about the bag. And you know what's funny? What's funny is Fred Kerr's entire career, he's always told y'all that. When he bought a farm, when he bought a house, when he invested in this, he kept literally telling y'all, it's all about the bag. It's all about the money. So the same man been telling y'all when he was running, it's about the money. It's about, I'm making this decision because it's best for me and my family. I'm making this decision, this decision, this decision. This same man just made another decision based on, well, shit, I got to take care of it. It's about the bag. It's about the bag. That's it. So my thing is this, and I'm done with it, okay? This is track and field's fault. There will be more athletes that will be doing the exact same thing because all it takes is one. All it takes is one person to start a change. And what's going to have to happen is people got to now start asking questions, which is why I'm doing this video. Why would Fred do that? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You know all that shit we've been telling y'all that they doing track and field over here that don't no athlete benefit from? They're not treating athletes like that over there. All the shit that we complain about how they treat athletes, they're not going to do it over there. It's only a matter of time. Shit, like every toxic relationship, it's only a matter of time for the right girlfriend or the right homeboy get in the end and be like, bro, you ain't got to take that shit no more. It's only a matter of time. Literally. So now you got Fred over here. It's only a matter of time for other athletes to get mistreated, get pissed off, get kicked out the sport for a whereabouts. And the minute they get a whereabouts suspension, they picking up the phone. Hey, in game, y'all got room for one more? You done. But when I say you done, I'm talking about the sport of track and field. You keep treating athletes the way you treating athletes, they gonna go follow Fred. And the enhanced game's gonna say, come on, we built it for y'all. And here's the thing that I'm gonna say to y'all fans. Y'all have been talking about the same shit forever. You have been talking about how the athletes are mistreated. You've been talking about that. You've been talking about how the athletes get done. You've been talking about how all of them ran for money for free. You've been talking about that shit. So now guess what you got to do? You got to go support this shit. Why you got to go support this shit? Because it's fixing what you complained about, right? The same thing that you did with Grand Slam. You supported Grand Slam because of why? Because it's supposed to help the athletes. The athlete's gonna get this, the athlete gonna get this, the athlete gonna get that. Guess what? They never saw none of it. They gotta wait on it. Here's the difference between Enhance and Grand Slam. There's no waiting on my money. My money's coming today. Ain't no back pay over there, Enhance Games. You gonna get paid no matter what. Don't you ain't got a race. So what the hell like that? You just gonna collect your monthly. That's the difference between Grand Slam and this shit. Grand Slam said we gonna pay you. Enhanced Game says here's your money. We'll see you next month. Shit, here's your money. We'll see you next month. Now watch this right here. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Enhanced Games didn't uphold their end of the bargain. It wouldn't matter because a mother trucker ain't got to go out there and do it anyway. The thing with Grand Slam was they made athletes go run and then they didn't get paid. If Enhanced Games don't sing a single penny, guess what? It don't matter because I ain't did no work. That's the difference. I could see if it was a whole season Enhanced Games they got one track meet. One. Shit, I'm getting paid to train. Literally. I'm getting paid to train. Who the hell don't want that shit? Shit. Like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me? And I ain't even got to go to Europe? I ain't got to goddamn go to Japan? And I'm going to make more money than I would have made if I had did that shit. It's not even, I wish I could share the details of the contract with y'all from a figure standpoint, but I can't. Okay? I can't. But what I can tell you is the amount of money that's being made, at least on the Fred side, from 1 year. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out and hear me well. No, I ain't got no reason to lie to none of y'all. The amount of money that he's going to make, that he signed for 1 year, is some of these gold medalists' contract for 3 years. And they got to work for those 3 years. And now watch this, what else they got? Reduction clauses. So when he going to get paid for 1 year and one track meet, when he going to get paid for 1 year and one track meet is some gold medalist 3-year deal with reduction. When they first dropped this shit 3 years ago and they contacted me with, Ray's take, I said, you know what? Enhanced Games probably gonna goddamn, if this shit work, I literally said it. I'm gonna go back and find the tweet so I can re-show y'all. I literally said this shit 3 years ago. If this shit work, track and field gonna lose. They gonna lose. And guess what? It worked. Track and field already losing. You gift wrapped Fred Kerley to the Enhanced Games. You gift wrapped one of the fastest people ever to the Enhanced Games. You gift wrapped it, Fred Kerley. What you did is equivalent to what Jared Jones did with Micah Parsons. Literally. USATF is Jared Jones. You gift wrapped it, Fred Kerley, to the Enhanced Games. And of course, what they're going to say, thank you, USATF. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. Sports Illustrated. Come on. Come on. Now watch this right here. This one I'm going to show y'all that this shit is dumb over here in your track and field. Watch this. Watch this. I love Melissa to death. That's my sister. She just won 100 meter everything. She ain't even hit Sports Illustrated yet. Fred Kerley made the decision, and I knew this because I talked to him and coached him up before he even went to Sports Illustrated. The next day, Sports Illustrated is dropping it. So how is it that Sports Illustrated can get contacted and drop something for the Enhanced Games that quickly, and USATF, Coach Lester said, can't even get a goddamn promo on Monday Night Football for a world championship? But somehow the Enhanced Games in one swipe got Sports Illustrated involved? Come on, y'all. Shit, come on. I don't know. I'm your boy. This your boy talking to you. It's your boy talking to you, as always. This shit is not bad. It's only bad if you want to be pimped. It's only bad if you want to slide down poles. It's only bad if you want somebody to just be, if you want to be in a toxic relationship. If you do, then guess what? That's good. That's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. But if you want to be treated like a real athlete, again, what other sport on this planet will suspend an athlete for 2 years, not for taking drugs, but for not being where you said you was gonna be at? You suspended for 2 years for not being where you said you was gonna be at. In other sports, if they catch you doping, you might get suspended for 2 games, three tops. That's about it. And that's for getting caught. Caught. We're gonna suspend you for 2 years because you went at home and we popped up. Make sure I understand this correctly. So you finna take all my money because what you forced me to do was tell you everywhere I'm gonna be at. That's some controlling shit. If it ain't nothing else, that's. I gotta first tell you everywhere I'm gonna be at. Yep, I want to know all your whereabouts. When you go out with your homegirl, I want to know. When you go with your mama, your mama go shopping, I want to know. If you take your daughter to the playground, I want to know. If you even as much as get on a plane to go bury your dead grandmama, I want to know. What that sound like, y'all? What that sound like? And if you don't tell me, if I find out that you was at your grandma's wedding, your grandma's funeral, if you was at your grandma's funeral and you didn't tell me you was going, that's your ass. What? Let me find out that you had an emergency and you had to leave home and go take care of your kid because your kid was at the dad house and stayed over and you didn't let me know. Let me find out I came to the house and you wasn't there. What? I need y'all to hear it the way I'm saying it because they make it sound polite. Oh, we just want to make sure we know where you're at just so we can keep the sports safe, stuff like that. No, listen to it. We want you to give up every bit of your rights. All your rights. You ain't got no rights. We own you. We own you. You gonna tell us what you gonna do. And if you don't tell us what you gonna do, we're gonna punish you. Huh? What? So it don't even matter what I've done in the past. Meaning it don't matter that I've ran 6, 7, 8 years and I've never tested positive. 6, 7, 8 years. Nope. I got Olympic medals. I got gold medals. I'm a champion. And now because I wasn't where I said I was gonna be at 2 times, you're taking all that away from me? Yep. The fuck? For y'all that support that, there's something wrong with you because I literally just broke it down to you on what it is they're doing to these athletes. That is toxic as hell. That's toxic, and that's putting people's lives in fear. Athletes are running and living in fear of being suspended for some shit I ain't even do. So now I got to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's, everything. Why? Because I don't want to get suspended. For what? Man, if they pop up and I'm over here with you at your house, man, folks got to call their boyfriend and be like, hey, look, you got to come to my house. I can't go over there because if I come to your house and they pop up and I ain't tell them, I might get suspended. The hell type of life is that? Like what? What the hell type of life is that? Gabby. That's how she caught one of her suspensions. Gabby caught one of her suspensions because she was at her boyfriend's dorm. And they came to go test her at her dorm. And she was at her boyfriend's dorm. Now that's a missed test. How the hell you gonna gotta suspend me for being my boyfriend's house? You didn't tell us you was going to your boyfriend's house. I'm not living like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think about it. I don't want to live like that. I just don't know no more. Like, bro, this getting a little bit. And then guess what? You've been living like this, and then all of a sudden, one of your homeboys or one of your homegirls come to you. They take you out. They sit you down. They say, "Look here, bro. I'm being honest with you. You've been with LaQuisha. You've been with LaQuisha for 5 years, bro. In them 5 years been with LaQuisha, man, look here. She ain't did nothing but abuse you, bro. Literally, man. LaQuisha, you can't even come hang out with us. If you come hang out with us, LaQuisha blowing your phone up, talking about some get your ass at home, bro. And then it makes her bad, bro. You go to work every day. You don't cheat on LaQuisha or nothing. You go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You come back home every day. But then when you want to do anything, LaQuisha's putting your stuff outside, bro. And like right now, you sleeping on my couch because you didn't pick up your phone when we was over here bowling and LaQuisha put you out. Bro, it's time for you to, you might want to, might want to entertain dating somebody else. What that person gonna do? Well, you know what? I got somebody I can hook you up with. You know what I'm saying? Good person. She a doctor. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no kids. Got a good head on her shoulders. She go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, bro. I can set you up if you want to go. You want to, she told me last time I talked that you was kind of cute. So since she sees that you're kind of cute, you might want to try and talk to her. If she got her own job. LaQuisha ain't got no job. Yeah, LaQuisha ain't got no job. She got her own job. Yeah, hell yeah. What you gonna do? Shit, LaQuisha in trouble now. You gonna go home, LaQuisha, you gonna walk in that door, LaQuisha gonna be like, where was you at? And you gonna be like, leaving. Now, your homegirl you were talking about, you say she got her own job too? She got a car? Hey, she got a car. What, she got an S550? What? Whole her S550 too. Hey, ask her, can I call her? Man, here go her phone number. What? Like it's coming. Like it's coming. So like, what are you gonna do? I'm leaving LaQuisha. LaQuisha, I'm sorry. I got to go. like y'all mad at Fred because Fred left LaQuisha and Fred was getting beat up on. LaQuisha beat this man every day. Every day he go home, he getting beat up. And he finally say, you know what, enough is enough, LaQuisha. I'm going over here. And y'all mad at him because he left LaQuisha. Come on, baby. It ain't y'all. Come on now. Come on now. That ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. Okay? Athletes are going to have to understand that. Y'all are dating LaQuisha's and and who else I want to give a bad name to? LaQuisha and let me get a good one. Otis. Y'all are dating LaQuisha and Otis. And LaQuisha and the Otises are treating y'all like trash. Leave LaQuisha, leave Otis, have some self-respect for yourself. Okay? Why? Because your kids, watch this. Your kids don't need to be involved in that toxic shit that LaQuisha got you in, because your kids are going to be affected by what LaQuisha is doing. So guess what you got to do? Think about your kids. Get yourself and your kids out of LaQuisha's house. And we'll go over here to Stephanie's house. You like cats or dogs, Stephanie? Hey, I'm gonna go. I'm just telling y'all the truth though. I'm gonna give it to y'all in a humorous state, but hey man, shit. Damn, folks keep calling, man. Folks keep calling. Cole, he calling. I'm back. Can y'all? Hey, Cap, I'm trying to tell you, LaQuisha, man, shit. I gotta leave LaQuisha, man. Me and LaQuisha ain't gonna work no more. All right, me and LaQuisha ain't gonna work no more. But yeah, so that's my take. That's my spill on everything that happened. That's the information that I got that I can give y'all on why he did it. He did it because he had no damn choice. That's all. That's it. Okay, my bad. I had a whole nother call. That's right. My mom said I had a whole nother call. But as I was saying, as I were, That's my spiel. That's my take on how I feel about it. I encouraged it. Okay, it's about every athlete has to understand your decisions have to be based off what's best for you, not what's best for that damn flag on your chest, not what's best for that sponsor on your chest, not what's best for that coach that's holding the stopwatch. You got to make a decision that's best for you. Okay, because guess what? Fred's gone. Guess who ain't gonna be affected? A6 ain't gonna be affected. Nike ain't gonna be affected. Track and field ain't gonna be affected. His coaches ain't gonna be affected. Nobody's gonna be affected. So why do I make a decision for them? All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I love all y'all. Leave LaQuisha. They ain't noticed. They ain't good for you. I'm out of here.